Yeah, this your boy Hollywood Neil on Instagram as well as with YouTube, world famous Hollywood Neil. Make sure you subscribe that. And today I just wanted to talk about really, MTV and BET raised me. A lot of people like, what do you mean? Like, when it's called a musical upbringing, with MTV you had stuff like TRL, which was hosted by Carson Daly, and basically he introduced me to a wave of new genres and new people and stuff like that. Like I say, I listen to a lot of music. You know what I'm saying? I listen to like Metallica, Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, Nick Lachey. I even met through like Eminem, one of the most controversial people. There's a guy named Marilyn Manson and all those types of people like that, and Ozzy Osbourne, and you just really was like, wow, like this is like a people who are like a revolt. I thought this was like early revolt, and then as well as like also like the content, reality shows, like they had the reality shows like Real World. You know what I'm saying? You had like Real World London, Real World Vegas, Real World, like different parts of stuff like that where you put 7 strangers in the house and stuff like that, and it was like, wow, in your face. It was for the youth. Then you had shows like Celebrity Deathmatch and all that stuff like that, and also when flip over like BET, of course you had like hits from the streets, Big Tigger, Rap City, The Basement, Cedar's World on Saturdays and stuff like that. And then, like I say, with Rap City, they introduced me to a whole new wave of people from like Outkast, Goody Mob, G Unit, Dipset, The Lokes, people like Styles P, Fabulous. Everybody came through. You know what I'm saying? They had the rap sessions and stuff like that. Bow Wows came through and stuff like that. People don't know that he was actually a little Snoop and stuff like that. And then also with that, it spawned this thing called 106 in Park, which was like honestly one of the best shows that was on there. I mean, it showcased talent, and as well as the Freestyle Friday was like the most epic thing as well. I mean, you had people like Jen, Poster Boy, Loaded Lux, all those people who came from that MC background, and it was just like amazing time. And as well as you had like with MTV, you had MTV Cribs. You wanted to see how the Hollywood people was living, and then BT had BT How I'm Living, and then you saw your favorite rappers. Cribs like Slim Thug and Mike Jones and all those people like that, and it's just like all in your face. That was like the early versions and everything like that. You was like, wow, it gave you perspective, like, man, this is what I want to do. This is like I want to be like this. You know what I'm saying? And now I looked at that, everybody was talking about reality. That's like reality shows been around for a long time. It's just we didn't have a name for it. Now that we in a digital era, everything has a hashtag and has a name for it. Like I say, with everybody say the 10 spot. Everybody know, like people know Sway used to do a lot of MTV news and everything. So everybody wanna like where Sway come from. Like Sway been around for a long time. He always had his ear to the streets, always know what's going on, new music, everything like that. That's when he had the dreads and all. And then also, every Thursday, the 10 spot and everything like that. Now, like, what you have now is like for the battle is like, VH1 and E. E, of course, have like a lot of the reality content as well as VH1 and stuff like that. And, I just say it's like, it spawned from, those shows that you saw back in the day from MTV as well as BET and everything like that. And at the end of the day, it's like you're creating content and you're creating stars. And now right now it's so hot and everything, it's like you're streaming now. So now it's like you're creating, a new lane, new genres, like, just, they may have a reality TV awards, stuff like that. And you never know things like that. I mean, you got a whole lot of successful people from the Housewives to the Kardashians to, Shots of Sunset and, Hollywood Housewives of Atlanta and Mob Wives and, everything that came with the Love and Hip Hop from Hip Hop New York, Los Angeles. Here's going to be Texas, and here's going to be a Florida one. So it's pretty soon, like I said, it's spawning off, and it's, to me, it's like it's pretty cool. I love the innovation. I love the way of thinking, and like I say, through MTV and BET, I met a whole wave of people from like, that wasn't on radio. That was just, you had to basically catch them on TV. And then, I met people like, Nelly, St. Lunatics, Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, Yin Yang Twins, Mr. College Park, Bubba Sparks, that whole Young Bloods, Young Jeezy, Gucci Man, Boys in the Hood, D Block. Everybody knew who Puffy was because he was on like every network, but it was just the fact that we really saw him in full effect and all that stuff like that. But like I say, in this, flip over to MTV, you always had to know everything, especially when MTV had the show with Jessica and Nick, Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson, and it was married, and that was like a reality show, and it was like, wow, this was like cool content, and it was just amazing, and just like I say, like at MTV and BET, I really watched a lot of that, what I'm saying? Like I was over at my cousin's house and always talked about it and everything like that. So it was like, from the beginning, we always been surrounded by, honestly, reality stars, and and the music and everything, just, everything connects at the end of the day. From reality to music to everything has its role and place, and to me, I just see it as a beautiful thing. And like I said, that's just my thoughts of the day and everything. This is your boy Hollywood Neil on Instagram, as well as check my YouTube channel, World Famous Hollywood Neil. And y'all take it easy, man.